Okay, welcome to my stream. It is Tuesday, and we're having another fine event put on by David DeGreef. Before I get started, I'd like to say thank you to Scout for his amazing overlays. This is what gives me the screen that you are watching right now. And the standings and focus driver information, all of this is due to that overlay. And again, it's amazing job that he has done. Also, I'd like to thank David DeGreef and racedepartment.com for putting on this event. So we have about a little over a minute left in qualifying. We have 13 drivers listed here. We have Dan Bach, Ayrton Tobin, Greg Prochnow, David DeGreef, Joey Smith, Efren Marchena, Brandon Powell, K.O. Slitton, Steve Mitchell, Keith Griffall, Rory Witherington, Sean Armstrong, and Mitchell Cope. Again, I must apologize for any names that I am messing up, not pronouncing right. That's my that's my birthright, and my tongue gets a little tied every once in a while. So I hope you'll forgive me. So with that, we're getting ready to see the end of the qualifying, and we'll go into a 5-minute warm-up before the actual race begins. It is a 40-minute long race with a required pit stop, and that requirement means you must take at least 2 tires. So the pit stops always add a little interesting twist to the race, and it's interesting to see how it affects the outcome. So we'll see that. Again, I'll probably be saying the drivers by their last names. So Slitton is out here now in his Audi, Team Roseburg. I believe he's in number 53. Yes, that is correct. Ayrton's trying to get out of the pits, but these DTM cars are a handful if you get on the gas a little too much. So you have to be on that throttle with like there's eggshells underneath it. Here he is. He made it out. Number 6 Mercedes, Team HWA. Nice looking car doing a little burnout here. Okay. Slitton is out here really trying to set a pace, get his marks down and lines down. We have Keith Griffall, Rory Witherington, and Mike Mitchell Cope out on the track. It appears to be the only drivers out there. My auto director seems to be stuck on Slitton because he's the one that's turning in the nice laps right now. And Rory Witherington has Got the number 2 slot. He's in a BMW with Team RBM. Thought I had all these numbers down, but I don't. Sorry. Number 36. Trying to set some time out here. And now we have Marchena loading up and getting out in his BMW Team RMG. I believe he's number 16. Yes, number 16. Efren Marchena. And he apparently has decided not to go out. He can't get a full lap in. So we'll go back to the auto director, and in about 1 minute and 2 seconds we will be getting ready to start the race. Witherington in number 36 BMW. Nice looking car. The DTMs have a DRS system, which is a drag reduction system. During racing, you have to be within 1 second of the car in front of you, and then you're allowed to use it. This reduces, of course, the drag and allows you to get a little more speed. So that can be quite helpful. However, you don't want to use it so much when you're in turns or about to enter turns, because it does take away some of the downforce, and you'd be surprised how that affects the handling. So here we are, getting ready for the start of the race. Looking at the pit area. Here are the cars on the grid getting lined up. We're missing a couple yet. And a couple more. There's Bach. And one more. Waiting. I'd like to say who that is, but I don't know. Oh, there he is. He's in there. Okay. We're ready to rock and roll. Lights are working. And we're off. Looks like Bach got a good start along with Tobin. Alright. Tobin actually got the lead. And then Bach took it away. Tobin had the lead going into that first turn and took it away from Tobin, or Bach took it away from Tobin on the exit of that turn. So here we are, Tobin second, Bachnow third, DeGreef fourth, Smith fifth. And you can see the lineup on the upper left of the screen. Nice, riding along with DeGreef. Trying to make a bid for third. Showing the inside move. Just to let Bachnow know he's there. Now it looks like Smith is getting close, or was, to DeGreef. Looks like we have a nice little battle here with Marchena and Powell. We're back to DeGreef. Let's see if we can get some comparison. There we go. Wow. There's where that DRS comes into play. DeGreef just used it and got the position away from Tobin. And now it's Tobin's turn. And the next straight, I'm sure you'll see him, if he needs it, use it. So P3 to DeGreef, P4 to Prochnow, P5 Smith. Tobin giving Bach a little pressure. This is where you can't make mistakes. Now we're back in the field a little ways where there are always battles for position. Doesn't always have to be in the front. Slitten is a half a sec kind of ahead of Mitchell. Bach isn't exactly stretching it out here. Doing a little slide job on that hairpin by Dan Bach. Timing shown on the standings are their position as compared how far behind the leader. So I'm going to change that so it's relative to the position of the to the car in front. So that way you can tell how far ahead the car is. There we go. That should make a difference. A little easier to tell where cars are or where people are now. So Marchena just took position. Or did he? No. I'm getting confused, sorry. Bach and Tobin are having a nice battle. I have a feeling this is going to go on for 40 minutes. Barring any major mistake by either driver. Putting a little distance between P3. Now we have Powell and Smith. Again, Tobin. Oh, Tobin got a little out of control. Well, not out of control, but maybe a little bit. Got it under control and is able to continue. But I'm afraid he lost a little time, about half a second. Oh, there's a hit the curb and caused was that Smith to, no, Powell to spin a little bit there. Alright. Tobin's within 3/10. Ooh, and getting close. Nice. Oh, they touched. That was costly for Tobin. So here we have P2 and P3. Thanks to that mishap for Tobin, DeGreef is now P2. Smith is P3. And Bach is enjoying a little space. No pressure. Mitchell and Witherington. It was about 8 seconds between those guys. Considerably less now. But looks like DeGreef has been able to get a little separation. I think Smith missed his braking point there on the hairpin. And here we have Smith has lost a little time. Witherington and Powell. Powell wants Witherington's position. Mitchell and Marchena. Marchena in the yellows, number 16. Oh, nice inside move. Oh, touch. Let him go. Was able to save it. Mitchell gave him a little room so he could. Nice gentlemanly driving. I see a little battle behind them right here with oh, it just changes so quickly. Mitchell has used that DRS. He's able to take that position. DeGreef is maintaining separation. Here we have Marchena and... No, I'm sorry. Powell. And Mitchell. Okay. Nice little battle here. Within a half a second or so. Now we get a little separation. Kind of depends on the position of where they are on the track. which, by the way, let's see if we can get a track map on there. Yes, we can. Oh, that's confusing, but you can see P1 has a pretty good lead on P2. P2 and 3 are pretty close. And we have quite a cluster there. P7 on to 10. That seems to be where the battle is right now. So let's get the track map out of the way. See if we can watch this battle. Whoa, I think Marchena just... Maybe that was Roy Witherington. It was. So Mitchell has that position. And now Marchena takes position away from Mitchell. Too many cars that look alike. I get so confused. But here we are. P10. Well, changed again. Alright. I believe we're probably riding with Tobin. No, it's Slitten. So Tobin is, 8 seconds ahead. No wonder. Let's get rid of that comparison. Go back to driver info so we know who we're watching. So now we're with Prochnow, P8. Coming in through the hairpin, Witherington. And Armstrong was behind him. Smith has made up a little time on DeGreef. And watch now, trying to catch Mitchell. Looks like he's doing a good job here. Looking on the inside. So easy to spin out coming out of that turn. Anyway, for me. These guys are doing a fine job. Looks like Prochnow has the advantage. No. Mitchell protects the inside. Prochnow and Mitchell still battling it out. Pits are open. See, Jory Smith was using DRS there. Wasn't getting any advantage. It didn't appear in that straight. Armstrong looks like he has a little damage on his vehicle. We're riding with Tobin, who just is trying to get around Chena, which I believe he's going to do here, possibly. This could be interesting. Spun the tires, got no advantage there. Armstrong and Witherington. Tobin and Marchena. Marchena's hanging on. Tobin's got his hands full trying to get around. Trying to get an advantage there. Didn't have it. Oh, I believe that was Armstrong. Tobin using DRS here. Looks like Bach has stretched out to about a 11-second lead over P2, David DeGreef. There we are. Witherington and Marchena again. I mean, Marchena is in a battle again. Looks like Marchena's getting a little separation there now. Maybe. Okay, about time for pit stops to start. Tobin, Mitchell, and Griffall are in the pits, or have been in the pits. That's one bad thing about this system. We don't get a really good information on pit stops. Okay, a little slip up there by Marchena allowed Witherington to sneak by. Looks like Witherington is coming in the pits, along with Joey Smith. Meanwhile, Witherington and Marchena are in fairly close proximity. Here comes Bach out of the pits into P3. We're with Marchena as he stops. Powell and Slitten ahead of Bach have not had their pit stops yet. Ooh, Marchena had a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Sorry, Marchena. Brock trying to get ahead without depending on the pit stop, which he did. I think Powell kind of let him by. Knowing that Bach was a little faster. Looks like Armstrong also got a drive-through penalty for speeding in pit lane. Tobin, a drive-through penalty for track limits abuse. Wow. That hurts Tobin. His position. Bach has taken the lead. DeGreef in P4, but the two positions ahead of him have not had their pit stop yet. That would be Powell and Prochnow, which David has already passed for P3. Whoa, Prochnow got a little early on the eggshell throttle. Powell is running a nice second. Whoa. What was that all about? Somebody going into the pits. Anyway, here we have Mitchell and Witherington in fairly close proximity. Now we're riding with P3. Prochnow. He is, by the way, the only one that has not made a pit stop yet. Mitchell and Witherington. Looks like Witherington had a little trouble with the exit of that, or just let him by, one way or the other. Probably knowing that Mitchell was a little faster. Tobin trying to get P6 from Smith. Can't tell if he has made his drive-through or not. See if we can get a look at what the action happens when the DRS is on. That little wing back there is pretty flat. When it's off, see it kick up there? That adds more drag, more downforce. So that's what the DRS system is. Changes the pitch of that wing. So we'll go back to our normal views, I think. Crutch now must be making his pit stop now. I believe he is in the pits. Yes. Okay, I didn't see who that was in the sand. But I think I know that sand well. We're in speaking terms. May not be very nice language, but we are in speaking terms. So Tobin is now P5. He's 16 seconds behind P4. I don't think that the drive-through penalty helped him any at all, as it wouldn't anybody, but that's a shame. So let's go back to the auto director and see who we pick. Who's our closest? There we go. Brandon Powell is trying to challenge Slutton for P3. Whoa. Little difference in braking there. Made up a lot of ground for Powell, but didn't get a whole lot of advantage. Looks like the Mercedes can brake a little later than the Audi. Whoa, there's a little mistake. Probably going to allow Powell by. Not quite. Couldn't quite take advantage of that. That is for the podium, by the way. P3. If Powell can get by, he will have a spot on the podium. He's using the DRS. Oh no, Tobin had another drive-through penalty. Track abuse. Oh, there went Powell's chances for a podium. Track limits abuse for Tobin. I think that's his second one. And that means going off track. In some manner. Usually you try to gain a position or gain some advantage by going off track or going wide and off the limits into the red area, for example, off of the hairpin here. If you get both tires into that red, you're in deep trouble. That is a penalty. Or at least a warning. Anyway, that's an example of track abuse, limits abuse. I suppose if you abuse those limits quite often, by taking a corner wide or cutting the inside, the apex, you could get that penalty. I myself am not too clear about that, but it makes sense. So Witherington is actually the closest to his opponent. Here we have Dan Bach, the leader. He's in the lead by almost 13 seconds. Might say he's out for a cruise. Looks like Tobin is in the pits. My guess would be he has been DQ'd. Five minutes left in this race. 5 minutes from now. And oh, here we have Griffo getting around Armstrong. Had a little spin there. And Armstrong is showing the effects of his little mishaps. Got a little damage. But he's still able to continue on. Watch now, P7. He's 2.5 seconds. And P6. And here we're back at Armstrong again because he's within a second of Griffo. I think I made a mistake on Tobin. He was making his drive-through probably when it appeared he was in the pits. so he did not get disqualified. That was a big mistake on my part. He is in the race, however, he is in 13th position. I'm not going to say a lap down, but I think he might. Hard to tell. Hard to tell with the scoring system. But anyway, we have 2.5 minutes left in this race. Brandon Powell has a little damage. Looks like he could almost be cutting that tire on the left front of his vehicle. So they must have visual damage. Tried to cut there, but didn't quite make it. Looks like Powell still trying to get P3. I thought his little mishap put him well on contention for a podium. But with the last 50 seconds, he does have a chance. He's using the DRS, trying to get a speed advantage. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Trying to block it. It's slitting. Uh-oh. So Powell did get the position. Armstrong, Griffall, and Cope. And Slitton has till the end of this lap to try to get that position back. Might be a tall order. They're coming into the final corners. Oh, he was blocked. Too bad. That's racing. Okay, I think I was a little confused as to the positions people were in. I'm very sorry for that. But congratulations to Bach for the win. To the podium winners, Bach, DeGreef, and Powell. Congratulations to everyone. Tobin was DQ'd apparently. See, that's where this scoring system is a little deficient as far as me being able to tell what's going on. So I'm sorry for that. But with that, we'll say I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give it a like. If you really liked it, join my channel, and then you'll get notified when I have the next one. So with that, we'll say good night, and till next time.